Good morning. Or whatever it is, wherever you are. Alright, so it looked like my microphone was peaking a bit this morning. So I just want to look and, well, that sorted it. Oh, hey Stormy, how's it going? So a little pop did it. Yeah, it's still a little bit on the loud side. Probably not too bad now. I just wanted to look at it for a little bit. Make sure the adjustment was sufficient. I don't think that's me, because it's showing right in the normal range. I don't think OBS does any really post-processing on that. I guess I'll have to check the video afterwards and see how it's looking. Why would it start scaling that different? Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Not super loud, but okay. Well, I tweaked it started peaking in the red, so I tweaked the operating system level down a little bit, so it wasn't peaking in the red most of the time. I mean, I can turn it back up, and it'll hit that a little bit more often. Actually, it was somewhere up around there. Okay, I guess we'll have to deal with that. It's weird how it's hitting that level more often. And also, it's going to make it harder for pre-check, because you'd normally be looking for it to not be there. I guess by frequency it gets to red. You just don't want it to be there too often. Alright, so I've periodically gone forward and back with this stuff, and it has not actually responded. Oop. Okay, so that was weird. That was like all the way back. What the heck? Yeah, okay, so here we went back into this, and it didn't do anything with it. So that's just a minor inconvenience as we're working here, because Elm 19, the way the applications are set up, and it's made me think of abandoning this, is if you can get to the URL to do stuff with it, you have to handle the events, and you lose out on the default URL change reload processing. So we're going to have to figure out how we take we're essentially going to have some function that does all of this extraction. So I guess the first level is to refactor it so that we get a location and a model, and we update the model with the information from the URL. Which I suppose could be kind of up here somewhere. Well, I've got the URL parsing down there. That might actually create query string, create path, extract search argument. Update from URL. You take a model and a URL, and we return a model. I guess if you look at like lists and whatnot, they usually do the thing we're updating second. Update. Location. So location equals location. Maybe login user ID. Now I used to do this for some. I used to do some initial commands and things here. In init. All right, well, we can do that. Actually, if I just put that in the URL changed, I could just call update with location change, couldn't I? And that would give me a place to put commands, if there were any. No, not you. Update from. So we just follow this pattern. Update current URL location. Ooh, but then that is. Then there is a command there that I have to deal with. Well, I guess I can actually be connected in the meantime, just in case something happens. All right. But then I have to deal with, do I send the commands there? Well, we probably do want to do the fetch. That deals with auth changes, but auth can change there. Current time, viewport, chat connect. So I have to pipe that in. I have to get both the commands and the model, and then break that out, which is going to be. Let's see. Okay, so location. Login, nothing. Auth, nothing initially. But then we are going to end up with something that's like... initial model. And then our second model and our arg commands is location initial model. Some testing code, which I think can go up here. In model 2, command batch, we've got, so this stuff, do we need, we don't need any other information. Command dot batch. Wait, no. You were part of this. Okay. So you're with that. You're with that. That's the command set. All right, any update from URL? Command.batch arg commands. And we actually removed update from URL. It just became update. No update. Yeah, where did I lose track of this? I started typing this and then realized I was wrong with but I need to deal with commands. Oh, I need to turn this into update syntax. Did that run again? Okay. Let's see. So this part is actually responding okay. Chat isn't doing anything. But it's a step. Handle main view responds to URL change events. Now, about chat. So I arguably don't need to even be connected to chat until we know which room we want to be in. But right now that only happens up front. And that is going to be login. Port socket open, login, auth if we've got it. Yeah, that's thankfully something I haven't run into on Elm yet. Although I guess if you had some sort of array constantly appending in your model, you might not notice that. Is this in your Java mod stuff? 'Cause I think that is, well, I guess even in dynamic languages, you still have something holding a reference to it. So it's just you've got a slightly more diverse state to keep track of. So I need to keep track of who I believe I'm connected as. Bungee cord. Oof. Oh, wait. No, not success. So we've got login, we've got auth. I want to track separately. Well, I need to track if we have a connection open. And there's a white space. And if we are currently connected. And then I would compare that to the current status of those things to determine if we need to join, leave, connect, disconnect. Let's see, for the room, we can say what room do we believe we're connected to? And then say, well, if it is something that's not right, we have to disconnect. If the new value is something else, we want to connect to that. And then maybe we'll build up from there to actually connect, disconnect. It's like, since we do this right off the bat, that should be fine. No, I do need to know if I'm connected to know whether to send messages during initial setup. So right now, all I get is open. Port socket message. I might need to return the connection URL at least in open. So that the application had have a chance to know that it's the right thing. If we had a multi... So event, all right, so it's an ID event. I mean, I could probably... Well, is it a string? It is a string, although it probably could be a URL. But I guess for program literal convenience, that makes more sense. Oh. Yeah. And we're going to send an open with field. Oh. String. And then the application. And then open. And this application should only have one thing, but that would make it possible to juggle multiple connections. I'm going to want to remember the ID of my current chat connection just to say if we're connected or not, pretty much. And to be able to actually send proactive messages to it if we needed to. Index. We are in address. Okay. Oh, this is the memory leak? Well, I can't easily see. Heap size used heap. So that definitely looks like garbage collections. I'm not sure how they use heap. Maybe it's like the system allocation and how much Java is actually using. So that actually looks like it's not, well, I don't know what normal looks like, but that could just mean lots and lots of allocations. Not necessarily unreachable memory. Or, oh, system monitor versus... I mean, that might be like language memory versus like sort of runtime support stuff. I don't know. It's not accounting for it. That would be more of a general, web search kind of thing. And actually, I kind of wanted to take a look at the available properties here. We do have a URL on the actual object. Of course, the thing is, if I don't echo back the string you fed in, then how are you going to match it to something you understand? All right, so now we can verify that if we get a connection, it was our IRC server. Model, browser, net. Twitch IRC. And then, so we're going to have a model place that keeps our current connection. So that's kind of why we have, well, no, it's a little bit different than that. Visibility, time-elapse, login. IRC, I guess that's a maybe int. Or did I actually define an ID type for that? I did. Also, this might be a good opportunity to do something like connection status equals disconnected. Ooh, could I actually use this for logged in as well? Connecting to, you could say connecting to string. That'll get along a general connecting handler of sorts. Connected to ID. And I could do I would want to be in channel. That does have prerequisites on connection status, but it could only be in a channel if you're connected. Well, we have logged in and channel are technically two separate things. but both of them can be downstream of connection ID. Well, no, I have to log in to join a room. Okay, so the login has to proceed from connection. Well, room also has to proceed from connection. Yeah, okay, so login is, except remembering the login in here. We're keeping the auth separately because we don't always use it here. So we have logged in. But as who? That's basically, well, auth is a maybe string, right? Yeah. Joined. This is a very linear sequence of events. But you can't be joined if you're not logged in, and you can't be logged in if you're not connected. So they're not really independent either. All right, login, user ID, auth login. Oop. It says equals connection status, and then our initial model is going to be yeah, that's often what it comes down to. And you might be able to find a little bit about the difference in sizes, but short of just code inspection to try and figure out where it might be leaking, then often trying to sort of eliminate chunks that you need to examine is helpful. Let's log in. Wait, what? What do I call this? Oh, IRC. Yeah, okay. So that makes the most sense, except we're sending a connection attempt currently. And did I actually have... I think I did. Oops. These are all port socket. All right, and then when we do like open and close and stuff, well, I think errors we can only just report. So, this is going to get annoying, isn't it? Because now we want to ask if it was that URL. Well, maybe we don't get super fancy. Maybe with default. Oh, this has been pure commands. We updated no state before. Model IRC connection is connected ID. This doesn't record whether we're trying to log in as an anonymous user. I can know if we have information at the time we get a login confirmation. Well, probably the connection messages say okay, names list. Well, yeah, actually it's saying command welcome. So if I get into that response a little bit, I will know whether or not it equals login or not. Model or IRC. And I might want to respond to that later. And then chat response, ping, priv message, user notice. We were using this as the signal for logged in. But now we are at that point where we have conditional stuff. Well, does the auth is not separate. We can check login. All right, so we've got line, we're getting command. That's like params first. Logged in. So I was thinking auth. Maybe we just say logged in as username, because that's what it'll give us anytime we log in. But if it was logged in auth, then it would be nothing, which would be a little bit clearer. So if it's just username, we can stuff it in the field no matter what. But then we have to do a string compare every time we figure out if we're an authenticated user, if we figure out if we're an authenticated user. Oh, we're looking for a login change, so that actually might be fine. Model. But this is a maybe. Or IRC connection. We don't have. We do have the ID. IRC connection equals logged in ID line dot params list dot head maybe with default which is where this is slightly dodgy. So that gets us to logged in state, and we are attempting to send a join. We do not currently know or have a response that we successfully joined a channel. No, I guess there's a join command that even tells us which channel we've joined. So we'll just have to start pausing that. Ping priv. And this is going to be a model update of IRC connection equals joined ID. We can pull it out of the prefix. Once again, we have param1. Line.params list.head. Maybe with default. I guess it could be logged in and joined with a pair of maybes. You'd still have to rebuild it to update it, so. Maybe dot with default. This is a join command, so it should mean we're in something. But how do we get we can pull it out of the message, or we can do a whole case lookup into our connection status, and if it's logged in, we can pull it out. If it's not, we can't. I probably need to be parsing the prefix more, because in order to get something out of that, and I need to, well, the parser has that, doesn't it? Chat. Prefix is a fully qualified user, which is nick user host. So arguably it is the bit between bang and at. that would represent the actual username we are connected as. So that would be line prefix. This kind of makes me want to pull out prefix parts. But then again, we don't always have those things. They're all maybes anyway. And Elm doesn't handle dark mode. Core. Can we get away? Well, no, this does not get the parts. I could pull out the parser and do something very, very similar to this. Probably wouldn't even need parser advanced. But we would have to do a let user equals, or did I already pull parser.advanced as parser? Well, I guess for what I'm doing, the only real inconvenience is token. So parser.run. Parser.run. It is the parser on the string no. Which is succeed identity. Something just like, oh, but I haven't exposed all of these things. And we want to pull out the user. What, down to 2 what, and no replacements for what? Oh, and this is parser, right, because this is not a parser primary thing. Possible plugins. Ah, okay. Well, that's progress. Oh, you're going to be result. Does the result have... with default now. Closing paren. Are you really going to get picky about spacing? We are on 11. That's 2. So actually that would be, well, does it need that much indentation? Maybe it's, oh, we started retyping this and never finished it. Oops. Are you kidding me? Oh, I know. It doesn't like this bit here. I don't know why this thing is indentation sensitive. It wasn't before. What? Oh my gosh. This is... That looks weird. Do you have non-operator versions of these, or are you just stupid? That's the problem with operators, I guess. And you can only... Yeah... Maybe you parenthesize them? So the only way to do parsers is to globally import these symbols and hope you don't have two packages that need symbols. Yeah, okay. Operators. No. This would have to be modules. which is kind of telling me that maybe I need to be breaking out prefix. That's just getting me prefix, which may or may not have those things, is the problem. We may or may not even have a prefix. So that's like a whole bunch of maybes if I break it out. Or I have to go back and say, if I was in exactly the logged in state, then I can get my user and use that. Or we can't use parsers because they use operators. Oh, that's right, I'm in the other tab. Or the private window. So I could use the bot account if I wanted to. No. No. A little of what is it? Parser. Can I reference without importing the operator at the top? So far, neither parser dot or currently I could just import them as long as I never need to import another operator by same name, which would be kind of an unusual case, but so I guess what maybe I ought to do here is something like Prefix, prefix, user, host. Could you like extract user from prefix? So we do have, in a sense, a parser that does this. This is not get chomp string. You are parser.run user from prefix. And this is a result. I think. Run list dead end. Well, it's a result. This means you can get the fail easy enough. And that will be the string. Do we want to do anything with the dead ends, though? Because that's kind of gobbledygook to anybody else. I guess you just ignore the error? Chat.extract user from prefix with default unknown. And that's actually a little bit easier to fit into something like this. No, because it's not the arguments. That's still pretty big. And then if we're doing that, we could do Yep, that was the line's just that long. So it's like we're supposed to have these things, so I don't want to make them maybes, but it's kind of funny. Did I actually... I just clicked on something. Oh, okay, so we did post this. So that's for later. Oh, it's not parser.run here. It's just run. Oh, these are not unknowable. They are exactly what this thing produces. This... No... Oh, it's already a maybe string because there might not be a prefix. We got a result maybe? Or maybe result? That's ugly. I think... Maybe, and then goes to a maybe. So first we have to maybe dot with default. Has to be an okay, because I don't... I guess it would be an error with no error. Okay. And this allows us... Well, I guess I don't know if it's actually checking connection state, because I'm not tracking that anywhere, huh? But this gets constant updates, so it's also going to be really hard to track that. In debug mode. Footer. Footer? There's display footer. Text. Debug.log status. What? This has to be IRC can... Oh. Not debug.log. Debug.toString. Okay, connection 0, that channel. So it seems to have tracked through okay, although we're fetching the information and may have missed steps. So that is some status tracking. And we've got a lot of empty lines there. Connection status tracking. So now, well, it's not just when the URL changes. So really, when we want current URL, we want to run this through a comparison. Now this stuff is all fine. So username goes by the name. Although the username is actually sufficient to log into the channel. We should still verify it's your actual user, I guess. But that does not, or does it? Location. Okay, so that was definitely navigation. Okay, so it actually does trigger the location events. So anything that updates that kind of state will implicitly come through here. And we want to see if so I guess we would extract login and, well, channel is login, actually. And then auth, we would actually need auth login to check that status. We're not doing a lot with that right now. The things we want to track are, so if I load into here, yeah, we don't actually connect to chat. So if URL changes, we probably want a function that's just like check our current model versus our current connection status and see if it makes sense. So chat response. Chat connection update. Is it just model, or should I assume we're stacking commands here? Chat connection update model. So we need to get model.irc connection. This is kind of a big merge. So if it's disconnected and we have oh, okay. There's the sort of big giant way to do this, which is, I guess login is the thing we need. Disconnected with just login, then we want to port socket dot send. No, actually port socket dot connect. That's only the command part. But I want to take a short break. I'll be back in a few minutes. Even more subdued than my... Oh, you can flip the rover at any time now. Neat. I guess in this situation that would be um 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 um
Yeah, it's basically World War I with.
Right, well, the storm is not... It's around somewhere. Are you... Oh, Alpha Games.
Was it? Okay. Well, let's see what happens with this. Bye, baby. So... Okay, so you can empty water into it as well? So does it...
Where'd my steaks go? Fine now. All right. I mean, at least the berry farms are getting a little more humble. They're a little more tamed. You can do with that, Mom. It's all okay.
Don't know what's going on there. I don't know if that was a network error or actually just a blank screen clip. All right, so vital IRC connection equals connecting. Well, it's disconnected. Oh, it's actually. No. Switch IRC, and then our command. Does auth matter? Auth changes would tell us to break and, well, to log out, which we don't really have support for log out yet. So disconnected. Well, we have to handle connecting. We also have to handle every. Well, I guess we have a catch-all at the end. If it's disconnected and this, it's a difference. We have to log in. If it's connecting, we kind of don't care. That's a no-op. If it's connected, connecting we also may not have to do anything. So right now we have where it is connected, but not. Wait, that's connected and not logged in. But we've got a login. So it's going to be no. Well, I guess we have no logging in state to say don't try to do that again. Where do we? Oh no, that is not connected. That is the authentication side. That is logged in. Yes. Logged in on ID. Oh, so this is actually channel. And I might actually want to redo some naming for that. So if it's log in, right. This was maybe mapped, so it may not have happened. Now we do know that there's one here. And I guess we would have connection status, joined ID login, channel, and oh, I guess the channel changed. We can't really test equality here, so we'd have to have a conditional. I don't think we can test equality, rather. And I think the command is part. Actually, that's easy. That's an easier case, isn't it? Log in, log out. Guide covers the basic commands, right? Depart from a channel. It is parameterized. I don't... We'll have to see if we get a message for this. But we might actually get a message that says we've left. Also, what are... I guess there was a response. Oh, this was a different one. Okay. So that's going to put us into logged in ID login. Now this is going to, here we need a catch-all. Unfortunate as that is, set model command.none. And then we actually have to call it from somewhere. And we think that that should probably compile. We copied this from somewhere where that was terminal, didn't we? Okay, compile one module. So chat connection update can issue commands. We would want to look at this. I guess we kind of want to map this to every update. So we might want to do, so case message. So that's our base update. So actually it would be after this. Which is going to give us our model and our commands. Which means that chat connection update either of these functions will be kind of made worse by having to handle the commands. Oh, we just have to track down where these change. Which still... Oh, if I handle that on disconnection, that will... automatically attempt to reconnect with no back off. Well, only if it was successfully opened, I guess. So that might be okay. So that's connected. We always attempt to log in. So this has no commands. This does have commands. We're also looking at login changes, which come from user response and current URL. So you're sending commands, user response, is checking for changes to do those commands. So both of them are going to have to deal with command merging. Update. Let M2 command commands equal update message model M3 command 3 equals update no chat connection update. In M3 command dot batch. Application. So we have that without a channel. And that actually did nothing? Wait, that's actually worse than before. That actually did not... Model 2. Model 2. I guess it compiled already? Oh, that did update the URL though. Alright, so we connected to chat. But if we go back, we do not appear to have logged out. Oh, because I sent join, not part. Does tend to help. Okay, we do get a part message. We're only dealing with one channel at a time right now, so I don't think we need a... Guess we need the no, not the channel, the user. And then do we deal with that? Yeah, that's not... we're going to call that... joined until we get the part notification. Okay, part. Join with all the stuff. Oh. Room state is something I wasn't handling before. I guess because I turned on notices. I'm getting that now. And there's still the auth question, but it's progress. Are there other joined, disconnected? I guess if it's actually nothing, I could disconnect. That might be overkill. But that could actually allow me to say that I don't need to log in up here. So now chat connection, we go through all our gyrations and we appear to have logged in just fine. Cool. Join and leave channel depending on current target channel. And then we spotted a new message that we currently can't parse. Sample join message. Sample room state message. Oh, that was the join message before caps. Chat line, tagged chat line. And then this is where we're starting to look at only specific fields. Sample room state message. Tags. All right, so we are getting actually this wasn't quite the example I wanted, is it? I was looking specifically at emotes. All right, and so we're getting unknown tag broadcaster lang. Really? Undefined. emote only, false, followers only, false, R9K, false, is rituals a true-false? This is where we need the tags. Broadcaster language. Oh, so followers only is actually an int proper. That's enabled disabled. Wait, what was I looking at? Rituals. That is undefined. That seems like a true-false, but I don't know. Room ID is a standard. Chat subs only is that could be months as well. Nope, that's enable disable. Rituals? I mean, what would be true false about rituals? Is that a thing I have to enable? All right, tags. Broadcaster lang. Color. Broadcaster lang. Emote. Emote only. Emote only is a tag bool. Followers only is an int. Oh. And there was something in the parser about having to handle negation yourself. How does that work? Is that saying accept? You do it with the custom parser. Oh, okay. Okay. We were using straight up ints, yes. So this is just going to be a negatable int. As some little helper down there, our tag things. Escaped string, and escaped character, bool, timestamp, badge list, emote list, message ID. Gateable int is a message parser of int. They don't have the example. Yeah. Oh, okay. No, actually, symbol token. Oh, so this isn't a timestamp. Expecting int. All right, and no, actually, chat. Followers only. I don't know what the proper sorting here is. Room ID. R9K. R9K is a, I think this is a bool. Rituals, which we think is a bool. Oh, we missed slow. Ooh, that might actually be a number of seconds. Number of seconds, yeah. Do we have another int we can grab here? Oh, R9K. All right, and subs only appears to be a bool. Apparently forgot to add this to my enum. I'm not sure what the kept in lowercase properly sorted, but problem tag, problem A to B. What the heck? And we never opened up a context to run tests in. Oh. Oh, wait, these are values. Oh, no, this is... failed. So -1 is off. All followers can chat. That's... that one almost wants further parsing. Especially since, well, let's get turned into bools. This is obviously something special. Get diff. Test room state message. Okay. The other thing I didn't deal with is what if our authentication state changes? At which point you would... do you log out? They probably don't consider that a very ordinary use case. I guess the easiest thing would be to do a disconnect and just start everything over again. So do I actually want to consider that as a separate update function? instead of one big switch where I ignore the auth sometimes. Of course, I don't even know if I need the login here. It was just, we thought we needed it at one point. And it was kind of a generic capability. I might just punt on that one for now. Well, if it's in, it should respond. If it's out, it should just not be there. And I may just have to deal with putting it back if it's not needed, because that's just a feature we're not using right now. So that means the entire self lookup message is unneeded. That means this is completely unneeded. We just do an anonymous connection. Create path. Oh, right, because this is the hash portion. So this is just string? And then self. Should I be done with you? But it's a maybe string. Does the view need that? No. Display login. Oh, we don't even need to do that. Duh. We don't need authorize URL. I don't think we need URL for redirect. Login user ID. And we should also have that. Yeah, nothing here. Oh, wait. Part bang bang wondable. Oops. Yeah, because this is putting in the actual channel. Okay, but that's a different change. Also, not active. I think we've got most of that. Entering the channel, I think we got that as well. Remove OAuth for chat login. And then what did I? Oh, stream. This is recording the channel we actually joined. So that has to not include there. And then if we come back, we should see part. So it's pretty much just echoes part regardless of whether it worked or not. Wait, pars, why is there an equal in here? Oh, maybe it's this one? No. What's the command? 353. Oh, there it is. Don't duplicate hash on part. All right, so we got some basic URL response. We've got the login stuff we're not really using anymore. Out. I've been kind of thinking that, well, some of the message handling is still awkward. I guess we don't actually have to manage too many things. So getting message ID out. This was a little bit awkward. But I guess you'd end up with something like this to build up some sort of other structure anyway. But I'm debating whether I should develop something that acts like a decoder to get the specific message types into a more directly usable format. Anyway, that would be a much larger task. So I'm going to put this back on my channel to watch for anything that happens to crop up during the day, if I can catch like a host event or something. But that is it for the programming stream. I am going to be back to play Stepmania. Speaking of which, I think I may have got the camera a little bit off from last time, or just move it again. So Well, there's the credits. Get this off for next time. So, yeah, I'm gonna go do some Step Mania, but that's the end of the programming stream. If you're here for that, thanks. If you want to hang out, great. If you don't, great. But yeah, I'm gonna drop the stream to change settings, and then I'll need a few minutes to get the mat stuff set up. So I will be back in a little bit.